Come on, it's what we both want.
You can't leave me, go to my sister, and then come back to me too. What am I feel let that happen? I ain't talking about how it look, I'm talking about what it would be. I'll be lost, no life, just part of whatever you happen to feel. I ain't no figment in your blood. And if you don't get off, Mona, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna give you the gun. Can you hear me through that mud? I'll kill you.
Hey, calm down.
Why? Why should I?
Because you'll make yourself sick.
You amaze me. You're amazing. I'm amazed.
There's only you. You and only you. Nobody else knows me.
What about Mona?
I don't talk about you to her.
No?
No.
Am I supposed to be grateful?
No.
You can talk about me if you want. I don't give a shit.
I don't want to.
I talk about you to my girlfriend, Judy. Judy thinks you're poison, your picture's in her post office. She spits on the ground when your name's mentioned.
What did you tell her?
The truth.
Must have taken a long time to tell.
Not that long.
Well, then it wasn't the truth. The truth about us is long.
I kept the story together. I just left out the tears.
I'm sorry.
You said that before, and so what? You go around on stepping on my neck? Even now, you're gone, and you're still doing vile shit that affects my life. Screwing my sister, it's like diabolical. I mean, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
I'll find out, man. That should be your mission.
I don't know.
You're sitting in this place. You got it like the black hole of Calcutta. You make this horrible picture of yourself. You put it up. You drink beer, and you look at it. You go out into the streets. You mess with my sister, and you come back here and you wait for me? You want me to think you're crazy? Is that it? Well, I won't do it. I hold you responsible for everything you've done, and I always will. I don't buy this crazy alibi that's been going around. I killed because I was crazy. I don't give a shit you killed because you was crazy. All I care is you killed. You killed her. And if you're that crazy, it's going to be the death of you.
Killed who?
I'm trying to say something, but I'm too upset.
Take it easy.
This whole thing with you from beginning to end is just worn me down. How long has it been now?
A year?
I'm gonna get some shots or something. Life's too short. Bail me out, Tommy. Leave me alone.
You know I can't do that.
You selfish thing. Then give me another beer.
Alright.
How much rent you pay?
200?
How you pay it?
Different ways.
You robbed your mother.
She told?
She didn't want to, but she thinks I drove you crazy, so she bitched to me.
You don't understand. Why you just go jump right at me? You don't understand.
You don't feel it, do you? Like the Nazis, I'm trying to talk to you when you're having an out-of-body experience somewhere.
You calling me a Nazi?
No, I wouldn't do that, but I'm reminded.
I didn't do anything with the purpose of hurting you, or my ma, or anybody. I didn't have any evil intentions.
I could believe you. It just don't matter.
These things had taken place. They're not what I would have done.
But you've done these things.
I didn't choose to. I was compelled.
By who?
By something in me that's not me.
What? You got a little man living in there?
Yeah, I got the devil.
You're the devil.
No, swear to God I'm not.
You're the devil.
You don't understand.
I see everything.
If you get in a car crash and you're dazed or whatever, you get out, you walk around, you walk down the street. You don't choose to walk down the street. You don't realize you're doing it.
So if you walk away, maybe even there's a girl crashing a car because you're punchy, then it's alright.
At least that explains it.
You hate your boss. You stabbed him with a knife in the heart. He dies, so I explain why. You hated him. Does that make it right?
What if I didn't remember anything? Just saw red, came to and he was lying there dead on the floor.
You still killed your boss.
I didn't kill my boss. I don't have a boss. This is hypothetical bullshit.
You're a bum, and you're nuts. And you broke my heart even though I loved you. And I hold you strictly responsible no matter how much you squirm under the light. Listen, I don't care. You treat me like shit. You robbed your mother. You porked my sister. I don't care. Just so long as you finally caught to being the prick who did that stuff. But this standing outside above like it happened and ain't that a shame? But I don't act that way. It must have been somebody else. Mr. Crazy, Mr. Compulse, Mr. Explanation, Mr. Nobody's Home. That line of shit drives me totally insane. In which condition? I may cut your throat. But if I do, I did it. Just exactly me. God, I miss you. So lonely for you. I wish you'd wake up. I wish you'd kiss me when you're awake.
I am awake.
Maybe you even believe that.
What do you want from me?
Nothing I can have.
What?
This is sad. This is so sad. Maybe I should just go.
No.
There's no point to this. You don't want me back.
Yes, I do. I want you back.
You just said a minute ago you didn't.
I know.
And now you do.
Yes.
I don't know how to feel.
Don't think about it. Just feel it.
I can't. I'm emotionally confused.
I believe in God now.
Oh no.
Things got so bad, I was just ripping up. Everything I was doing was like to get out of burning house. A crazy jump out the nearest window and you land where you land. One night, it all hit me. Everything I lost. You and the soul. When I left you, a fuse got lit I didn't know. And the other end of my soul I didn't know I had. Then one night, the fuse that got lit all those days before reached my soul. And it just combusted the fucking daylights. My ribs swung open like two sets of fingers, like two hands holding in the sunlight, the solar system, comets, big fire and all like my shit at the beginning of the universe. My soul falling out, like all the crown jewels spilling out of some old suitcase. My body, where nobody knew they were. I was on my knees. All the pain I ducked all my life, I could hear it coming. And I'm here to tell you it's true. There ain't no athletes in foxholes because I've been there now. And when the bombs go off, you are weak. I called on God. I called for God. Help me, God. And it helped. At least the fact that I believed it did relieved the pain of too much I was feeling. I let my ribs reach out and get back what got out. What was out there was supposed to be inside. And even though the pain went back in, I could see it, glowing out through the long red slots between my bones. And it gives me hope to see it. It lets me know I'm alive, not left over. It gives me hope, Donna, that there may be more to me than my brain and its noise. It gives me hope that I may have a light in me that I don't understand, and maybe can't even claim.
So you believe in God now?
Yeah. Do you?
No. You go ahead.
I kneel down before I go to bed and when I wake up in the morning.
And then you go out and rob your mother.
That was a cheap shot.
Oh, I can do better. I'm holding back.
I'm trying to explain something to you.
You got such total unjustified faith in the explanation to make things okie doke.
Well, maybe so, but it works.
It don't work. Only in your personal hafiva does it work. You know what I hear when you're saying this shit? Words, babbling words that don't get the first thing to do with what you're doing.
So I got words. What do you got?
Me? I got nothing.
I rest my case.
But I'm surviving. Better than you may be. No, I ain't sure neither. Cry all the time. At least I got more tears left. Seems impossible. Anyway, fuck the melodrama. I came here to get something, which is a promise solid as steel that you will leave my sister strictly alone. Are you gonna give me what I come for or not?
No.
No? What do you mean no?
No, I won't promise.
Why not?
Because I can't answer for myself at this time. Or maybe what I mean is I can't answer for the guy maybe later. I can only talk for me now.
Well, what's the guy you are now gotta say?
That Mona ain't here, so no, I won't touch her.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the best you can do.
That's right.
What are you?
Honest.
You are not an adult.
I'm more of an adult than I ever was. At least I'm not lying.
Gonna have to do better than that. Did you ever hear a law?
You don't get what I'm going through.
You talk about yourself like you were an isotope or something, unstable to the nines. Today I'm Tommy, tomorrow, who knows? A trained seal? A maraschino cherry? Identity. Do you know what I'm talking about? This is important. Identity. You got one, did you know? Or is this news out there on your planet? You are somebody. Tell me who.
I don't know.
Find out.
How?
Law. There's all the stuff you do and want to do, and then there's your personal law that starts and stops you. What's your personal law?
I don't have one.
You're full of shit. You know what I think's the matter? I think you got more than one set. I think you got 2 or more sets of personal law. One's your good boy law that you learned a long time since, and one's your real law that comes up out of your pitch dark soul. You talk about your soul? That's good. That's a start. Yumneen was down there in the gloom, buried under 1,000 mattresses, every bed you've ever slept on. But you know what's down there inside that last Chinese box? It's your identity. He's a little guy you've never been introduced to before, and in his wallet, he's got your real personal law. He's what you're pointing at when you say, that's the devil.
Don't say that.
Your devil is your soul.
Shut up!
No! Your devil is your soul.
That devil's what I gotta get rid of.
Get rid of that devil, you'll be a soulless TV man.
I wanna be good.
Yeah, and you believe in God. Good is bigger and more rotten than you know.
Alright then you gotta live with that too. Cause that's where I nailed your sister from. From there, where I don't understand. That's where I robbed my mother from. And why I can't talk about what comes next.
Gotta get down, Tommy.
I am down!
Gotta get down in your identity. You gotta read out from your personal law.
And after I'm down, then what?
You hear what I'm telling you, you crazy motherfucker? Know thyself. Then maybe we can talk. And in the meantime, stop hitting on my sister.
We don't think outside the box anymore. Do you realize that? It's not just you and me, it's everybody, that's what I'm saying. The world has come to a stop. We're off our rockers, completely mad, but we just keep limping along, acting like it's all okay and nothing out of the ordinary could be happening. Happening right under our very noses. All we want to do is to get on with it. To keep going to work, and down to the grocery store and off on vacation in the summer, and that's it. That's enough for most of us. Each morning we pick up the paper over our cereal and we see, my God, the things that we're witness to. Tsunamis and hatred and atrocities of such magnitude that it takes your breath away. Really sucks it right out of your lungs and whisks it away. But you know what fools us? Tricks us into believing that it isn't happening down the block or in our state or across the ocean. Because we get used to it always being somebody else. It is always some other person who has their legs blown off in the marketplace. Never you who gets into the auto accident that sends you smashing through the windshield and having to have your face rebuilt. No, it never is. And why is that? I don't know. So we go on believing that our children will grow up strong and true and our husbands will be faithful. And we plan on dying peacefully in our sleep. That's how we trick ourselves into taking the next step and the next one and each one after that. But I don't believe that anymore. Those kinds of lies. I believe we're extraordinary. Each one of us capable of such amazing things and phenomenal heights. I really do. But do we do it? Do we go off and do those things? Nail our demands to a church door, making ourselves heard each and every day? No, is the answer. No, we don't. Not most of us. The things that we say today are forgotten at the very second they slip from our mouths. You'd like nothing more than for me to leave this place, go quietly now and accept a quick divorce, and maybe nobody in your work would even realize that a change has occurred in your life. I really believe that's what you wish could happen, there in your heart of hearts. And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt on ownership of that particular organ. But that isn't what's going to happen here. No, my dear. No, it's not. You and I are going to finish off in the most awe-inspiring way. And you'll see it on the news tonight and hardly be able to believe that you, yes, you, were a part of it. Now, how many people can say that? As children, we do nothing but read all these stories, tales of wonder and of myth, legends. And we never question whether they're real or imagined, we just simply believe. Medea and Joan of Arc and those girls who followed Charles Manson up a hill one fateful night, they were all just people at one time, like you and me and everyone else. But then this thing happens. Something happens to them or inside them. They get pushed off a ledge or they wake up. A light turns off or on and snap. They're never the same again. And off they go on their merry way. Maybe to wander about the city at first. Block after block after block. Trying to imagine that what they saw wasn't true. But they know that it was. They know it. And that's when they stop and buy a dress that is too young for them. Yes. It's far too youthful. But it reminds them of a time when they were lovely and carefree, and of an age before they'd ever even heard your name. You were right about what I wore out of the hotel this morning. Good for you. And so they make their way over to a restaurant where they know that their husband will be waiting for them. But that's how it happens to people. People just like me. Real and normal and not at all fantastic or anything special. This is the only time that many of us will ever have the world turn its weary head towards us. One time in our entire lives. This is how we become remembered. Here's what I'm saying. That this is how it all begins. With a single step. This is how. This is what we become.
Well, this is a room, obviously.
And 30 quid a week, yeah?
Yes, if that's alright.
Well, seems a pretty shit deal for living here, but what the hell, I need the money. It was a joke. Do you smoke?
Oh, no.
Would you mind if I have one?
You're not from around here then?
No.
From London?
Yeah,
You working up here?
for a bit.
So you won't be staying here long?
Hard to say, there's a 30 quid include the questions.
Well, obviously. I mean, if you're going to be living here, I want to know a bit about you.
Well, I want a room, not a relationship.
It's not...
I like my privacy.
Sorry, I haven't done this before.
I have. It's easy. I give you money, you give me key.
Right. Yes.
So who else lives here then?
Oh, just me at the moment.
Oh, so you're not married?
No.
You've got a wedding ring. So how come you're renting the room out?
Well, the money would be useful, obviously.
Oh, so you don't work then as such?
Yes, no, I do. It's just mortgage and everything. But at the top of the market. Things have tightened up recently, no?
So what do you do then?
Oh, I work security, shift work. It varies. And you?
Well, what's it matter what I do? I want a room, not a job.
Well, I'm just asking what you do, just because to be sure you could afford the rent. That's all.
If I couldn't afford the rent, why would I come here? You'd ask me for the rent and I wouldn't have it, and then you'd throw me out and I don't know where to live. Why would I do that? Alright, I'm a researcher for a market research company.
Oh, sounds interesting.
It's a job. It's not supposed to be interesting. Work when I like, choose my own time, it's okay.
I'm surprised they don't put you up in a hotel.
Okay, I'll be honest, they do give me an allowance for a hotel, but if I can find cheaper accommodation, I can keep the change, right? And we're not supposed to, but no one minds.
Researching what?
Social trends. Sorry, I'm not supposed to give people the details. Bit pathetic, but there you are. It's a government contract. There. Feel better now?
No offense.
You say you don't want to have anything to do with people on the dole, is what you're hinting.
No, not particularly.
Well, a lot of landlords don't want unemployed people,
No, obviously.
in case their rent payments go on record.
There's nothing below board about this.
But you prefer cash. Don't worry. I'm not from the Inland Revenue.
Not worried. This is so perfectly kosher.
Sure. I just like to know who I'm dealing with, that's all. It's nothing personal, just business.
Business, obviously.
Okay. I'll take it. I can give you cash in advance, 2 weeks if you want.
Oh, fine, okay. Do you have any references?
References.
Yeah, it's like a bank employer or something.
Sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Wise, Andrew Wise.
Okay, Andrew. Are you going to give me references? Are you going to give me, for example, letters from 2 people who've lived here?
What?
I mean, if anyone needs references, it's me that needs references, not you. Especially as I'm a girl. I don't know anything about you. I don't know that you actually own this house, do I? You could be anyone.
This is silly.
Is it? I suppose women don't get raped anymore, what a relief.
No, obviously, I'm sorry. It's not that,
Okay, Andrew. What are you so worried about? Do you think it's likely I'm going to ruin your career, destroy your life as you know it? You think that's likely? Kill you, maybe?
No, it's just that it's normal, you know, references. It's what tenants give landlords.
Come on. I mean, you own this room. You own this house, so you say. You can decide whether I get to live here or not on the vaguest whim. You could beat me up and throw me out at a second's notice. And me, I have to have a strange man sleeping next door after what I've been through. Seems to me that I'm the one that needs protection. Fucking references is what it seems that I need. Me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
It's okay. You didn't. It's just a question of trust.
It's just that, there's somebody else coming to look at the room.
Is there? You just made that up, didn't you?
I did not.
Okay, who's coming then? It's such a bad lie. Yeah, I've come a long way, I'm shattered, and I think I deserve a much better one.
Look,
Excuse me? I can't believe my ears. Are you saying, is someone actually saying that I'm not good enough to live here? Here? What sort of person isn't good enough to live here?
thank you for coming. I hope you find somewhere else you like. Suitable.
Look, Andrew. Look at this place. Look at it. Who are you expecting to rent this? I mean, you think maybe Japanese businessmen in a pied-à-terre maybe, or maybe like Fergie and her mates on a little hideaway. I mean, who are you expecting to rent this? I have clothes. I wash. Which is more than you can reasonably expect for this room is what it seems to me. I even have money. Cash. Never had such a fuss about a 30 quid room before.
Well, it's just that I live here too. It's not business exactly.
Okay. I'm sorry, look. I'm tired and wet and bad-tempered and I've got nowhere else to go, and look, it's late and it's raining and this is okay. I want to stay. Okay, but just take the money.
I don't think this is going to work out.
You're thinking, you and me, maybe we've got off on the wrong foot is what you're thinking, yeah?
Well, maybe.
Well, I don't hold grudges and I won't be needing a deposit.
Look, miss,
Lois.
I'm sorry.
Where do you want me to go?
I don't know, where'd you come from?
A shitty bed and breakfast by the station. It was horrible.
I'm sorry, please, Lois, look.
You want me to go back there?
No, it's just that,
Or maybe you want me to go to the Inland Revenue?
What?
Please, can't I stay?
Nothing to hide.
No, of course, it's just a question of trust.
Hello? No. Yes. The room. Yes. I'm sorry. It's already been taken. Thank you.
I got up and took a walk around the place, bright and early. Don't think I have walked the whole place for a couple of years. I walked around and funny things started happening to me. I started wondering who this was walking around at 6:30 in the orchard. It didn't feel like me. It was some character in dark overcoat, tennis shoes, baseball cap and stickers coming out of his face. It didn't feel like the owner of a piece of property as nice as this. Then I started to wonder who the real owner was. I mean, if I didn't feel like the real owner, then who was the owner? I started wondering if real owner gonna pop out of nowhere and bust my brain out for trespassing. I started feeling I should not be here, should be hiding, running or doing something. Not like standing in this kind of neighborhood. It's not like fancy or something. It's peaceful up here, especially earlier morning. And then actually it struck me, I was the owner. And it was me, and I was walking on my own piece of property. That gave me a great feeling. Then I came back in here and walked around here naked. Walked through the old damn house in my birthday suit. Just try to get feeling of being me in my own property. It was like peeling off a whole person, a whole stranger. Then I walked straight in and made myself hot bath, hot as I could stand in it. Just sank into it, let it sink deep into my skin, let it fog all the windows and glasses of the medicine cabinet. And then I got out and let the whole water out and filled the whole tub again, this time with ice cold water. Just sat in there and let it creep upon me until I was in up to my neck. Then I got out, took a shave, and find myself some clean clothes. Yeah. And then I came in here and fixed myself a big old breakfast of ham and eggs. Somebody left a whole mess of groceries in the ice box. Surprisingly hell out of me. Just like Christmas morning, somebody already knew I was gonna reborn this morning and couldn't believe my eyes. Then I started making coffee and doing all the stuff which I used to do. I was coming back to life after a long time being away from it. Then I started doing laundry, all the laundry. I moved all around the house and collected all the dirty piles of clothes. Even Emma's, Ella's, some of yours too, even some of your socks too. And every time when I went down, I felt the person was right there in the room. I felt I knew every single one of you. Like I knew you through brush and body. Like our bodies are connected and we would never escape. Family isn't a social thing, it's an animal thing. And it was the reason of nature why we were standing under the same roof. Not we had to be, but we were supposed to be. I was feeling full of life, full of hope. Look, go take a bath and I will make a ham and eggs and clean that crap off your face.
turn on the light.
Wes, how could you work in this darkness?
It's traditional. It's still raining.
Why don't you clean the windows? You might be able to see something.
If you knew I was out there, you'd understand why.
I know it's Edgar.
There's a pub nearby. Do you want to go there?
Do you have anything here?
Whiskey, no ice.
It's the way I like it. A cross. That's a funny thing for a communist to have on his wall.
None of you know anything about communist history.
I like a realist.
So, where do you come from?
You got personal very quickly.
Sorry, I must have got caught up in the ambience of the full and frank discussions that are sweeping the country.
Where do I come from? I'm not sure. Have a guess.
Middle class, private school.
History. I don't know why people bother with that.
What do you think I'm talking about?
How old are you?
I'll be 40 this year.
Are the most important things that have ever happened in your life the class you were born into and the school you attended?
What are the important things that happened in your life?
I like Boss Shoe. Is that your favourite?
I'm not a communist.
Aren't you? What are you then?
A Marxist.
A Marxist is only a communist who wants to pretend that Stalin never existed.
Stalin existed.
Then how are you a Marxist?
Because Marxism can explain why.
Did you win your fight today?
Yes.
Did it make you feel good?
Is this an in-depth interview?
Not yet.
I don't have the time.
Why? What else have you got to do?
What do you want?
I want to know why you're a Marxist.
Why?
Maybe I want to be converted.
Go to church.
You studied for priesthood, didn't you?
What are you so nervous about?
I find you intriguing. You've a cross on one wall and the temptation of St. Anthony on the other.
I'm a psycho.
You're an atheist.
Maybe atheists take morality more seriously than anyone else.
I don't. I'm an atheist. You're not suggesting there's a moral order, are you?
The decisions you make are purely functional.
How can you work with guys like Michael Wells and Charlie Palmer from
What do you want?
I want to know why you're a Marxist.
I'm a Marxist because I've got enough intellectual integrity to recognise the most elementary facts about how the society works. What are you? Instead of slipping and sliding around, how about putting your own assumptions on display so we can have a look at them?
You've read my articles.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I thought you liked them, or was that just a party line?
You ever heard of Pierre Straffer?
No.
Read him. The assumptions you make in your articles about how the economic world works have been demonstrably false for 20 years. Why are you a journalist? What do you do in your life?
I don't think you understand what I mean.
What do you mean?
Marxism isn't just a system of analysis.
Neither's militarism.
Are you so confident you got the truth you'll kill people?
Do you know how many people in Chile were killed in post-modernist experiment? Do you know how many people in England...
That's not...
Don't accuse me of being a butcher when the whole history of the bourgeoisie from the enclosure movement to El Salvador has been one of slaughter. Socialists didn't commit the genocide in this country against the Aboriginal people.
And the capitalists didn't murder 6 million kulaks in Russia either, Alan. Everyone can play that game.
You seem to have conceded you don't have the moral intellectual right to print the stuff you do. Why do you do it?
We're on two different wavelengths.
Oh no. Very indicated you've transcended the need to think...
Seeing as we're name dropping, have you ever heard of Mahmoud al-Asmar?
No.
I didn't think you would. Not many have. He was a 14-year-old Christian phalangist. I saw his guts being ripped out as he was being dragged down some dirty little back street in Beirut, behind a cauldron by leftist guerrillas. To put you in the picture a bit more, a month later I was shot up by Christians who mistook me for the wife of a PLO shopkeeper. Show you the scars, but I wouldn't want to confuse your ideology.
What are you doing there? Sightseeing?
I wanted to make sense of the world.
Could have spent 2 weeks in the library here doing that. Or is seeing believing?
Demands for justice don't stink so much from the printed page.
So you stuck your nose into something you don't understand and nearly got it shut off. What's the lesson? Beirut isn't all Lebanese sausages and belly dances.
That everything you're saying is bullshit, because it finally comes down to what human beings are like, and they're savages.
No. That's what you took with you from Australia or Britain or whatever other cosy hole you were occupying at the time. The cultivated pessimism that the world's barbaric charnel has that civilised humans can only contemplate in mournful solitude.
Don't knock it. There aren't many cosy holes left.
I know. That's why I don't wash the windows.
It's the way most people like their reality. Then again, most of them don't honour it by calling it a theory. I did have a reason for coming to see you.
I mean, it wasn't just to swap jokes.
When I got into work this morning, I found this in an envelope on my desk. Have you heard of the company?
No, why? Should I?
Thought you might have come across it.
Balance sheet.
Do you think Wells has any business interests?
You did an interview with him last week.
Do you?
You asked him that and he said no.
What do you think?
I've never been able to find. There's a Brisbane suburb called Milton. Have you tried the Queensland Register?
Not yet.
Milton Imports. I've never heard of it.
What do you think of the rumours of his drug involvement?
They're bullshit. He's
No one is.
Even if he is a director, you don't know anything about the company.
I know somebody in the Narcotics Bureau.
If the Narcotics Bureau knew anything, someone would have told him to pull his head in.
Or someone would have told the Bureau to pull their head in.
When could you find out about this?
Tomorrow. Would you like me to tell you what I come up with?
Yes, I would.
Isn't that dirty politics?
You didn't come here to talk about politics.
What did I come here for?
Not sure. You don't believe very much, do you?
I don't believe in anything. Why did you invite me here?
We were going to have a drink.
You're very good at evasion.
It's a compliment coming from you.
I'd like to know how far you're prepared to come with me.
How far are you going?
To the end. I told you before, I'll destroy your soul.
Why would you want to do that?
I need to find out which one of us is real.
Finally comes down to what you want.
Nobody knows what they want.
You must know what you want of me.
Maybe I just want to exploit you.
I'm stronger than you are.
I don't think so.
Try me.
I'm going to fuck you.
May I come in?
We'd require a third party.
What was Donald's mother doing here?
We're having a chat.
About what?
Third party is truly required, Father.
No sister, no third party. You and me are due for a talk. You have to stop this campaign against me.
You can stop it at any time.
How?
Confess and resign.
You're attempting to destroy my reputation, but the result of all this is going to be your removal, not mine.
What are you doing in this school?
I'm trying to do good.
Or even more to the point, what are you doing in the priesthood?
You're single-handedly holding this school and this parish back.
For what?
Progressive education and a welcoming church.
You can't distract me, Father Flynn. This isn't about my behaviour, it's about yours.
It's about your unfounded suspicions.
That's right, I have suspicions.
You know what I haven't understood through all this is, why do you suspect me? What have I done?
You gave that boy wine to drink and you let him take the blame.
That's completely untrue. Did you talk to Mr. McGinn?
All McGinn knows is that the boy drank wine. He doesn't know how he came to drink it.
Did the boy's mother have something to add to that?
No.
So that's it. There's nothing there.
I'm not satisfied.
If you're not satisfied, ask the boy then.
No, he'd protect you. That's what he's been doing.
Why would he do that?
Because you have seduced him.
You're insane. You've got it in your head that I've corrupted this child after giving him wine, and nothing I say will change that.
That's right.
But correct me if I'm wrong. This has nothing to do with the wine. Not really. You had a fundamental mistrust of me before this incident. It was you that warned Sister James to be on the lookout, wasn't it?
That's true.
So you admit it.
Certainly.
Why?
I know people.
That's not good enough.
It won't have to be.
How's that?
You will tell me what you've done.
Oh, I will.
Yes?
I'm not going to get true boys, you know. Sister James is convinced I'm innocent.
So you talked to Sister James. Well, of course you talked to Sister James.
Did you know Donald's father beats him?
Yes,
Might that not explain the odd behaviour Sister James noticed in the boy?
it might.
So what is it then? What did you hear? What did you see that convinced you so thoroughly?
What does it matter?
I want to know.
On the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist, and I saw him pull away.
That's all.
That was all.
That's nothing.
What are you writing now?
You leave me no choice. I'm writing down what you say. tend to get too flustered to remember the details of an upsetting conversation, and this may be important when I talk to the Monsignor and explain why you have to be removed as the principal of the school.
This morning before I spoke with Mrs. Mueller, I took the precaution of calling the last parish to which you were assigned.
What did he say?
Who?
The pastor?
I did not speak to the pastor, I spoke to one of the nuns.
You should have spoken to the pastor.
I spoke to a nun.
That's not the proper route for you to have taken, sister. The church is very clear. You're supposed to go through the pastor.
Why? Do you have an understanding, you and he? Father Flynn, you have a history.
You have no right to go rummaging through my past.
This is your third parish in 5 years.
Call the pastor and ask him why I left. It was perfectly innocent.
I'm not calling the pastor.
I'm a good priest. There's nothing in my record to suggest otherwise.
You will go after another child and another until you are stopped.
Well, none that you speak to.
I won't say.
I've not touched a child.
You have.
You've not the slightest proof of anything.
But I have my certainty. And armed with that, I will go to your last parish and the one before that if necessary. I will find a parent, Father Flynn. Trust me, I will. A parent who probably doesn't know that you are still working with children. And once I do, you will be exposed. You may even be attacked, metaphorically or otherwise.
You have no right to act on your own. You're a member of a religious order. You've taken vows, obedience being one. You answer to us. You've no right to step outside the church.
I will step outside the church if that's what needs to be done. Brother George should shut behind me. I will do what needs to be done, Father, if it means I'm down to hell. You should understand that or you will mistake me. Now, did you give Donald Mueller wine to drink?
Have you never done anything wrong?
I have.
Mortal sin?
Yes.
Huh?
I confessed it. Did you give Donald Mueller wine to drink?
Whatever I have done, I have left in the healing hands of my confessor. As of you, we're the same.
We are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites. I do not justify what I do wrong and go on. I admit it, desist, and take my medicine. Now, did you give Donald Mueller wine to drink?
No.
Mental reservation?
No.
You lie. Very well then. If you won't leave my office, I will. And once I go, I will not stop.
Wait.
You will request a transfer from this parish. You will take a leave of absence until it is granted.
And do what? My life is here.
Don't.
Please. Are we people? Am I a person, flesh and blood like you, or are we just ideas and convictions? I can't say everything. Do you understand? There are things I can't say. Even if you can't imagine the explanation, sister, remember there are circumstances beyond your knowledge. Even if you feel certainty, remember it is an emotion and not a fact. In the spirit of charity, I appeal to you, on behalf of my life's work, you have to behave responsibly. I put myself in your hands.
I don't want you.
My reputation is at stake.
You can preserve your reputation.
If you say these things, I won't be able to do my work in the community.
Your work in the community should be discontinued.
You leave me with nothing.
That's not true. It's Donald Mueller who was nothing, and you took full advantage of that.
I've done nothing wrong. I care about that boy very much.
Because you smile at him, and sympathise with him, and talk to him as if you were the same.
That child needed a friend.
You were a cheat. That warm feeling you experienced when that boy looked at you with trust was not the sensation of virtue. It can be gotten by a drunkard from his tot of rum. You are a disgrace to the collar. The only reason you haven't been thrown out of the church is the decline in vocations.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
You can't know that.
I know.
Where's your compassion?
Nowhere you can get at it. Stay here. Compose yourself. Use the phone if you like. Good day, Father. I have no sympathy for you. I know you're invulnerable to true regret. And cut your nails. Hello, Neo.
How do you know that name?
I know a lot about you. I've been wanting to meet you for some time.
Who are you?
My name is Trinity.
Trinity.
The Trinity. The Trinity that cracked the IRS Kansas City DBS.
That was a long time ago.
Jesus.
What?
Just thought you were a guy.
Most guys do.
Do you want to go somewhere and talk?
No, it's safe here, and I don't have much time.
That was you on my computer. How did you do that?
Right now, all I can tell you is that you are in danger. I brought you here to warn you.
Of what?
They're watching you, Neil.
Who is?
Please just listen. I know why you're here, Neil. Why you left your family and your friends.
Why you left your home to come to this city? You're looking for him. I know, because I came looking for the same thing. And when he found me, he told me I wasn't really looking for him. I was looking for an answer. It's a question that brought you here. You know the question just as I did. It is a hacker's question.
What is the Matrix?
When I asked him, he said that nobody could ever be told the answer to that question. They have to see it to believe it.
The answer is out there, Neil. It's looking for you, and it will find you, if you wanted to.
I got more clips from the library.
Leave him right there.
You doing a story on the church?
No, we're not doing a story on the church.
Matt, do you find anything on this guy, Phil Saviano?
No, who is he?
He's part of a victims organisation. Kirksham ran a story at him right after the Porter case.
There's a victims organization?
Yeah, it's called SNAP, Survivors Network for Those Abused by Priests.
Crummy acronym.
You want me to track him down?
Yeah, bring him in. How much longer do you need on those clips?
A few days. There's a lot, and Lisa's still sending stuff up. Most of it is on Porter.
Hey guys, I think I found another priest. Liam Barrett molested some kids in Philly, then was moved to Boston. Did the same thing, then was moved again.
Really? Sounds like Gagan.
Is it one of our clips?
Yeah. Bylines Diego Ribera Niera in 1997. Must have been back when he was working religion.
Was there any follow?
Not much. One showpiece. Looks like the church settled the case. Don't you know Jim Sullivan?
Yeah. Why?
Looks like the church brought him in to help out.